My white adoptive father voted for Trump the year he was elected, and he called me up on the phone after his victory was announced to celebrate. Meanwhile, I cried in my bed, worried about the world my two Latino sons would grow up in, as my dad made fun of me. It was very difficult to hear my father support someone who treated people of color like his own children and grandchildren, and not understand the harm and discrimination encouraged by his presidency. Although I love my parents, they grew up in an environment where they were able to believe that color didn't matter and instead focused on teaching me the importance of working hard for what we needed. But there were times that it was clear that it wasn't always enough. And in a Republican household, my white adoptive father taught us that help, like food stamps, was something to be ashamed of and would simply think people were too lazy. As a college educated adult, I have been able to learn more about politics and the importance of government funded programs to families, especially when there are so many systemic issues that can make it especially challenging for families who can't afford to work two jobs without affordable, safe, and reliable childcare. As an adoptee and adoption educator, many of the families I work with have been through various struggles with finances, mental and physical disability, and immigration. And I share with my kids that the people we love and the people in our community aren't always open to understanding when they have not walked in our shoes. Many of these families rely on programs like WIC, SNAP, etc. to care for children in foster care or for cousins or nieces they may have temporary guardianship over. When I asked my children who they would vote for without hesitation, they said Harris, because Trump is too mean. After they overheard some clips of rallies and political commercials, their answer was not surprising. But we still wanted them to dig a little deeper. So we made sure to discuss what each candidate is proposing and ask what they like about each candidate's ideas, and then break down how each policy can affect families that look like theirs and families that don't. We also emphasize the importance of listening to everyone's opinion by allowing chats about the election leading up to the big day and writing down their concerns and looking how certain policies would affect them. While initially anxious about the conversation, it was refreshing to see my two young men take this election seriously and participate actively, knowing that we had a small but important part in hopefully electing our first female president, Kamala Harris.